Hello everybody, my name is Sniping is Fun, and welcome all of you back to my next video sent to all of you here on YouTube, and this is going to be a continuation of that video I asked you about a question to you guys a couple of weeks back, being the what 5 new Nintendo characters, what 5 new third-party characters you want to see in the next Smash Brothers, and here are the results. A few weeks of having voting up on YouTube with that video, on various groups on Facebook, and on the Smash boards. I have calculated enough to make a top 15 of your most wanted characters for both Nintendo and third-party new characters. This one's going to be the Nintendo characters list. After this, I'm going to do the third-party one, or should I say before this, because I originally recorded this video and then accidentally deleted it like an idiot. So I have to re-record my Nintendo one again. But the third-party one should be uploaded before this one, even though it was originally intended to be after. You know, both can watch both, and it'd be the same thing, whatever. But yeah. The third-party one should be uploading right now. This one's going to be my top, or I shouldn't say my top, your top 15 new Nintendo characters you want to see in Super Smash Bros. 5 in the next Super Smash Bros. Game. And as you can see behind me, here is the pages, the paperwork, the numbers, 15 all the way up to 1. And it is on a refrigerator with magnets and tape. And a very ghetto style. I know. If I could do supercomputer animated backgrounds and green screens and all that other stuff, I would. And eventually I will be updating my channel. Hopefully I could try, if I could learn how to do all this stuff, to do all the computer stuff and maybe have a big giant board I can, or maybe a giant wall of white, or I don't know, something I can just set poster board on and stuff and do it more fashionable way than this, which is pretty ghetto as hell. But I want to do something different than just printing off the pictures and showing you guys a list or me talking stuff off. I want to have a visual aid for all you guys to see the names and the voting, so it could be behind me and you can see the characters you voted for on the stage, which the stage is my refrigerator. So, but yeah, before I get started with number 15, I wanted to thank all of you all out there that voted. I want to commend all of you. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for everyone that decided to spend a little bit of their time to vote for characters they want to see in the next Smash Brothers. And thank you. Thank you again. And like I said, Smash boards in the YouTube video, and then there's various Facebook groups, which I want to quickly read off just so you guys all know who voted for this thing. NX, Everything Nintendo, Melee, Hellfire Gamers X, Fighting Gamers United, Nintendo Gamer Lounge, Nintendo Nation, Nintendo Switch Posting, EVG, Super Smash Bros. Group, Nintendo Switch Owners Club, Video Game Fans, Nintendo Universe, Nintendo Switch Forever, the True Nintendo Fans, Anime and Video Games. That's it. Alongside the Smash Boards, and all of you on YouTube watching this right now that decided to vote. Let's get this started before this video goes on too long, because the original time I recorded this video was like 27 minutes, and when I record the third-party one, it's about 25 minutes, so let's hopefully get into the early to mid-range of 20s, so I can show you all guys your top 15 most wanted new Nintendo characters in the next Super Smash Bros. Game. So let's get started with 15, and before I get started too, I'm sorry I mentioned this too, and I mentioned this before in the third-party one, there were times when the votes led to ties, like certain characters tied at the same amount of votes. So what I did was, I did this exclusively on Smash boards. I asked people to break the ties. Which character out of these one's tied? 2 characters, 3 characters, 4 characters do you specifically want to see? Like, which one do you think deserves it more? Which one do you think should be in Smash Bros. More? Which one would you rather see in Smash Bros. More? So there'll be certain characters on this list that have a tie, or in the third-party one. And the reason why one's higher than the other is I had a tiebreaker vote on the Smash boards. Just want to let you guys know that. But with the 15, with 6 votes, goes to Ribbon Girl from ARMS. I got votes for various characters from ARMS on this poll. Various characters. Not just Ribbon Girl, but other characters as well. And Ribbon Girl is an interesting character. I haven't actually played the game yet, but I kind of see what the character's like, so I know. I know Ribbon Girl, alongside Springman, are like the 2 basic characters mostly in the game. They're not like the super out there ones like Ninjara or Twin Tail or whatnot. But she's basic. But what would be more interesting about her character, she's probably one of the more faster characters in the game, and her basic approach to her character is just the arms, representing arms. Getting the arms and having them fly across the stage in punches. That's all it really is. And she's one of the main characters in the game, so I can understand why she's popular. Why I know she's probably not one of the most popular female characters. I know Min Min and Twin Tail are more popular than her. But Ribbon Girl is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool character. one of the more basic choices to pick from the game, one of the more safe choices, but sometimes safe is good. And Ribbon Girl is popular. It has a simplistic moveset that just focuses on just what ARMS is about, just a flying across arms. She doesn't have to have the just special personality or the special whatever. And she is requested, popular enough to at least get 6 votes from the few people I asked across like 10 Facebook groups and Smash boards and YouTube. So there you go. Ribbon Girl was number 15. Enough to make it in my top 15, so there you go. And the one character that beat her out in the tiebreaker with 6 votes as well at number 14 is Captain Toad. Now, Captain Toad is interesting because I calculated results for both Toad and Captain Toad. I counted them as separate. And Toad was one of the characters voted for. He didn't make the top 15. He only got about like 3 or 4 or 5 votes, so he never made it to the top 15. But Captain Toad, I said it was separate because Captain Toad is a specific version of Toad, which we haven't had at all, except unless you count Toadsworth and Toadette, and they're very minor characters. They're relegated to either Mario Sunshine or sideload Mario performances or like the kart games and whatnot. But Captain Toad is the first time we saw a major Toad get an actual representation in their own series in a main type of game, like a treasure tracker, which is like a puzzle, move around the map type of thing, get all the stars with the motions of like the gamepad on the Wii U and everything. And it was pretty popular. I remember the game getting really well received, and especially because it was well received in Mario 3D World on the Wii U with the Captain Toad levels, so it was popular enough to get its own side game. And it gives us a Toad that actually has a personality, actually is different instead of just generic Toad, which if they got into Smash Brothers would probably just be another variation of Mario. But Captain Toad has the backpack, has the pickaxe, can't jump, so it might be more a technical character where you have to learn how to get around the stage without the ability to jump. That would be interesting to see. It would be hard as hell and annoy some people, but people will learn it and then take it to Evo and just kick ass, basically. So there you go. But Captain Toad would be pretty cool. Like, interesting to see moveset potential-wise, and it gives us finally a Toad that has personality. So there you go with that. Number 13, with 7 votes, goes to Isabelle from Animal Crossing. I know the Animal Crossing series is pretty popular. I know people want to see their representation from it. Some people say Tom Nook, some people say Isabelle and whatnot, but I personally, in my opinion, would say Isabelle's the most popular choice, being like in one of the 3. Like I said, I'm not. Before I say this, I'm not the biggest Animal Crossing fan, so I haven't played a whole lot of newer games. The last game I played was like the Wii one, so I haven't really played any games specifically with Isabelle in it. I know Isabelle's like your mayor, secretary type thing and stuff like that, and like design coordinator and whatnot. So I know focus on moveset like that, and then take stuff from that represents the Animal Crossing franchise that the villager doesn't already represent, and just give it to her. She's this cutesy, cartoony Nintendo character that, you know, fits in the Smash Bros. Perfectly, and a lot of gamers like that kind of art style. But she's pretty much a fan favorite. She has, like I said, interesting moves that potentially can represent the Animal Crossing series. Well, you don't represent in Villager, represent her. And she made it into Mario Kart 8 as DLC. So if she can make it into other games that are not Animal Crossing, she has the potential to make it into Smash Bros. So with 7 votes, she was able to make my top 15 with number 13. Number 12 goes to, with 8 votes, Takamaru from the classic original Famicom game Murasame Castle, which is basically like a Legend of Zelda type game set in like a Japanese environment where you go around as like a samurai doing like samurai sword attacks and throwing ninja stars and getting like magical samurai ninja abilities. Looks like a pretty fun game, and I actually still want to play it. It has some good music in it too, and he has been represented. People have wanted him in Smash Bros. I think for a while as a retro character, and he was, as an assist trophy, the samurai guy in Smash 4 is him, and he was at least popular enough to get in there. And he was, I remember hearing, he was considered for Smash 4. So if he was considered, made an assist trophy, he might have a shot at Smash 5 or a future Smash Bros. Game. So there's that. He is one of the top choices for the next retro character. I wouldn't say he's the top choice anymore. I think he used to be there in Smash 4, but I think he might still be like the top 3 or 5, but I don't think he's the top one still. I think there's a few other retro characters that might be maybe a little more interesting than him, or maybe a little bit higher chance, maybe like a Muddy Mole or an Urban Champion, or, you know, Mike Jones or something. I think he might be higher than freaking Urban Champion, but I think he's at least on the same level as like a Muddy Mole and a Mike Jones. But yeah, Takamaru's popular, and he's been used in other stuff. He's been used in Captain Rainbow. He's been in Samurai Warriors 3. He's been in spin-offs, so he has the popularity to be in other things. So hopefully he could very well become a Smash Brothers retro character eventually. 8 votes. And now number 11 goes to Dixie Kong. Dixie Kong from the Donkey Kong franchise, been around since Donkey Kong Country 2 on the Super Nintendo. Very popular character. She's been requested since probably Melee. And I recall she was like in the Lost Data. She was supposed to be in that mysterious extra 7 or so that was supposed to be in Brawl, or it was considered for Brawl. So there's that. So she's been in consideration for the series for a while now. People have been wanting her for a series for a while. She's popular in Donkey Kong. She's a popular female Nintendo character. She has moveset potential with her spinning her hair and everything, whipping her hair and everything. So there's that. And like, she's probably one of the next choices for an obvious Donkey Kong rep inside the Smash Bros. Series, which they do probably need at least one more, and I think she is a top choice for that. I don't think she's the number one choice, but she's there and she's still around. It's not like she's not in Donkey Kong series anymore. She made a return with Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on the Wii U and the Switch. She's one of those playable characters. She's pretty much been in the Mario Kart series before and other Donkey Kong spin-offs and everything, so she's still used and still recognized by Nintendo and whatnot, so there's a chance, people. With 9 votes, she makes it into the top 15, but doesn't make it to the top 10 just yet, because number 10 would be my next one, with 11 votes, goes to Paper Mario. I just wonder why Paper Mario hasn't been in this series yet at all. Like, if there was supposed to be a secondary version of Mario, I always would have thought now it would be Paper Mario. I mean, they still try to go along with the idea of Dr. Mario. I'm not hating on Dr. Mario, but to the fact that Paper Mario would be like an original character, I think he should have preference over Dr. Mario. And quite frankly, I think Dr. Mario should go like the way of Brawl again and just disappear from the franchise in the next century. Because we have a totally different another totally different Mario with a different moveset, because he won't have a single shred of cloneness in him. He uses abilities like RPG abilities. He can summon teammates to help him. He has a hammer. He can jump on people and everything. He'd be at least unique and different. The series has been around since the N64, and people have been wanting Paper Mario and Smash Bros. For a long time now. He should be in it. And in my opinion, he is the next definitive choice for the next Mario character, unless someone else like Pauline or Daisy come back and is the main entry in the series, or they put in Fawful or somebody, I don't know. But Paper Mario, in my opinion, is the next major choice for Mario representative. He has crazy potential. He's crazily popular. The franchise is still around. We eventually will see a Paper Mario on Switch. I can almost guarantee that. I think anyone could. And there he is. He's just made it to the top 10. But number 10, going to number 9 with 14 votes. Waluigi. You voted for him more than Paper Mario? Really? I have nothing against Waluigi. I really don't. And I do think he has potential for Smash Bros., especially because he's been an assist trophy for 2 games now, Brawl and 4. There's a chance there. He's a popular character. He's loved in Mario Kart. He's loved in Mario sports games. He's loved in Mario Party. But the thing is, that's all he has. He's not in a mainline entry for anything. Wario at least has Wario Land and WarioWare. Mario is Luigi, Bowser, Peach, Bowser Jr. all are in their own main games, and Dr. Mario has his own series. Wario is just in the spin-offs, just in the side sports games and whatnot. I have nothing against the character in those games. He's a cool character personality and whatnot, and he'd be crazy. Wah! All that, stuff. But it's like I don't see him in Smash Bros. Yet until he gets his own series. And I really want to see that because I want to see what kind of series they can come up with him. So I can see why he's popular. He's a really freaking popular character, and I can see there's a lot of demand for him. But I don't think his chances in Smash Bros. Are really that good, given the reason I just say he's not really have his own series. All his series are spin-off. All his appearances are spin-off games. And that's not a knock against him. I'm just saying he needs more to get into Smash Bros. Because I'd like to see it actually happen one day. But still, I think Paper Mario should be above him. Number 8 with 15 votes goes to Ridley. Another character that's been asked for in Smash Bros. Since like the days of Melee. People were going crazy over that intro video, over the first time they saw Smash Bros. Melee in trailer like in 2001 Z3. Because they thought Ridley was likely going to be in it, and they've been wanting him in Brawl and Smash 4. And he was a boss in the Subspace Emissary in Brawl, and he was just a stage hazard in 4, so he's kind of still around. He's still relevant. He's one of the most major characters in Metroid outside of Samus, so he is highly up there unless they eventually start pushing Sylux, the other hunters, or someone like Anthony Higgs or a future new character. Unless Metroid starts expanding its universe, he's still one of the major characters. I do agree with people, though, that his size might be a major issue, and I don't think it should be because, Olimar is too small and Bowser's too big, and they resized them a bit. So I think that, but it just feels like it'd be weirder with Ridley, and I can understand why it is. It's like resizing him compared to resizing Bowser, I think is a bit different. So I think that is still why they're going to cut him out. But I will say he is the character from Metroid that makes the most sense for the next representative in Smash Brothers, unless other characters get pushed by Nintendo, and that still could happen because that happens for any franchise. Number 8, and he had 15 votes. I don't know if I mentioned that. 7, with 19 votes, goes to Decidueye from Pokemon. Sun and Moon from the 7th generation. Now, he'd be a cool representative if we get like a Generation 7 Pokemon. It's the grass starter. He's like the most popular starter from Sun and Moon from the Alola region, Generation 7. It's a grass Pokemon that's an owl, so he'd do all the wind attacks, all the like the bird wind attacks, and the grass attacks like leaf and everything, and he has a bow. So imagine Link, if he was an owl that does wind attacks, still uses his bow and can do grass attacks like a Pokemon. That's pretty much what he is, and I think that moveset potential there is pretty freaking good. So, and he has the popularity, like I said, 19 votes. One of the most popular Pokemon from the 7th generation, and heavily requested for Smash Brothers, at least in terms of a new Pokemon. The major issue with him is when we finally get Generation 8, which is just almost around the corner. And the same thing happened with Generation 5 and Smash 4 and Generation 3 and Brawl. Generations tend to get forgotten. And Alola Generation 7 might be that way when Generation 8 comes out and there's a new, more interesting, newer, pushed, popular Pokemon from, Game Freak that can be in the next Smash Bros. I still think he has a chance, but his chances are almost in Blaziken levels or Zoroark levels at this point if Generation 8 really pushes the next Pokemon. And it comes out more likely this year or next year. So there's that. That's number 7. Number 6, and this is the next tiebreaker on this list. Both with 20 votes. The character number 5 was voted on the tiebreaker in Smash Boards over this. They both got 20 votes. Number 6 is... Come on. There we go. Bandana D. Who probably would be the next most obvious choice for a Kirby representative? Everyone really asks for him. It's basically a Wallaby with a bandana on and a spear. And he's been around for a while now, and probably the next major playable character in a lot of games after like Meta Knight, Kirby, and King Dedede. Like Return to Dreamland on the Wii and all that stuff. If there's ever like a multiplayer Kirby or a character Kirby can pick characters from, that he's usually one of the choices. He's been around for a while. He's popular, requested, has moveset potential, but I still think it's like, if Kirby was ever to get in their representative, he's not the definitive choice. Like, anything can happen. I mentioned the same thing with Ridley. The same thing happened to Dixie Kong. With Metroid, Donkey Kong, Kirby, anything's possible. Any character can be pushed. A newer character could come out, be pushed heavily by Nintendo, and they'd be right above any of these characters. A new character, one of the classic older characters can get brought back and reused and made relevant again, and he could be over any of these characters. Like, anything is possible depending on what characters Nintendo's pushing, what characters are pushing the franchise and popular and relevant. When new characters are made, older characters brought back in the series, anything's possible. I know Bandana D like almost appears the definitive choice, but anything from Kirby can happen. And quite frankly, I think right now, staying with the 3 we have, at least for Smash 5 again, is probably the best choice. But if we were to get another representative, he might be the best choice, unless in a future Kirby game coming up to Smash 5, during Smash 5 development, they make a character that is more popular, relevant, and majorly used in the series over him. But I still can see it happening. With 20 votes, people at least want him, so there you go with that. We're finally in the top 5. And the one who beat in the tiebreaker, Bandana D, with 20 votes, is Isaac from Golden Sun. Golden Sun being a popular RPG franchise from Camelot, from Nintendo. It started on the Game Boy Advance, 2 games on the Game Boy Advance, 1 on the DS, 3 entries. Very popular RPG franchise. Like after Pokemon, but like on the same, and even after Fire Emblem, even though it's technically that's a strategy RPG, but just going off of turn-based RPGs, like standard classic RPGs, it's right after Pokemon, I would say, in terms of Nintendo. Not to include all their RPGs, like I said, Fire Emblem would be next. But still, regardless, Isaac, Golden Sun is a popular franchise. People have been wanting Isaac, or at least a Golden Sun representative in general, whether it be Felix or Matthew or somebody, since the days of like Brawl. And Isaac did make it as an assist trophy in both Brawl and Smash 4, so they still remember him. Like, and he has moveset potential with his like side powers and the sword, so he'd be a sword user with some extra stuff on the side, so he won't be just a sword user. You people out there that don't like sword users, he has his side powers and whatnot. So there's that. So, and he's heavily requested. People want him in the franchise. People want a Golden Sun 4. Camelot, Nintendo, where's Golden Sun 4? I feel that we might finally see a return to the series with the Switch, with Golden Sun 4, but we haven't seen the series since 2010 Dark Dawn, Golden Sun 3 on the DS. That was the last time we saw the Golden Sun franchise, and I think that's what is hurting them. Like, is the fact that Golden Sun's not been used on like the Wii or the the 3DS or the Wii U or so far the Switch and whatnot. I think once we finally see a return of Golden Sun, we'll see a Golden Sun character in Smash Bros. Till then, we probably won't. And it kind of sucks for people who like the franchise, but it just kind of seems to be the case right now. Number 4 is with 22 votes. Rex with Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I seen this coming. This is a character I heavily want. And after Shulk made it into Smash 4, after Xenoblade Chronicles did pretty freaking well on the Wii, after especially it was brought to America with Operation Rainfall, and heavily pushed but since then, because Xenoblade Chronicles X on the, on the Wii U, and now Xenoblade Chronicles 2 on the Switch, it's become a pretty big franchise from them. And I basically said before, Golden Sun is kind of like, in terms of just classic RPGs, it's probably right below Pokemon in terms of turn-based. But if you include all of Nintendo's RPGs and strategy RPGs, Fire Emblem and Xenoblade here especially would probably be above them, above Golden Sun, but below Pokemon still. But like I said, it feels like they're still pushing the franchise. Xenoblade is one of Nintendo's biggest, newest IPs in recent memory, alongside ARMS and Splatoon. And I think it's pretty apparent when you see that Shulk made it into Smash Bros. 4 and is now a fairly popular Smash Bros. Character. People love the Xenoblade franchise, the Wii U, and Switch, new entries and all that. So there's that. And it's also the newest entry in the series, and so unless they make a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 X2 or whatever, I think they're the definitive choice. Rex with Pyra and Mythra. So it's like three characters in one. The main character with the sword that has these two beings that are in the sword, and if you've played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you know basically what the story is about that. So yeah, there's that. And it's heavily requested for 22 votes. Everyone wants Rex. It's a popular game, and a lot of people expect that we're going to see another Xenoblade rep. Elma with Xenoblade Chronicles X kind of misses her chance. She still has a small chance, but I think now that Rex is out, it kind of pushes her chances down, but there's still a possibility. But still, with Rex, we can get ourselves a second character in Xenoblade to start teaming up with Shulk. So there's that, 22 votes. We're in the top 3. I'm going to hurry this up. There's like 22 minutes now. And with 28 votes, Springman from ARMS. It's kind of funny. We have 2 ARMS characters on here. Ribbon Girl with 6, Springman with 28, Ninjara, Min Min, Twin Tail, and all that were voted for 2, but they only got like 1 or 2 or 3 votes, so they're way down there. Ribbon Girl barely made the list. Springman's in the top 3 because a lot of people expect an ARMS rep. A lot of people do like ARMS, and he's a cool character. He's like the main character. It's Little Mac as a robotical dude with arms that spring out. I know he's probably one of the most basic choices, but like I said with Ribbon Girl, sometimes basic and simplistic is like the best choice in the world. And I know more interesting characters would be Ninjara, would be Twin Tail, would be Min Min, would be the clown thing or the dog robot dude or whatever the heck else. I'm not picturing names in my head right now. But Springman is the main character in the game, so I can see why people vote for him the most. And he is interesting. He has a cool look to him, cool personality from a game that's popular, new Nintendo IP that's heavily pushed now. We're probably eventually going to see ARMS 2, I would assume on the Switch as well. It's still being pushed by them with DLC too. And 28 votes, you guys got yourself a character that represents a new franchise, and it's pretty much a popular character and the most basic main character choice you can get away with. So there you go. Number 2, with 38 votes, King K. Rool from Donkey Kong. You should have seen this coming when you seen Dixie Kong on there, because people usually push King K. Rool more than Dixie Kong sometimes. And quite frankly, I can see why. It's an awesome new character. It's an awesome character that has history with Nintendo. Been around since the first Donkey Kong Country game, and it's a villain representation. He has cool moveset potential with like the pirate stuff and the cannonballs and the whatever else scientist stuff that he's done in Donkey Kong 64 and whatever the heck else. What's hurting his chances right now is he's kind of disappeared from the Donkey Kong Country series. Like, it's now being over, with Donkey Kong Country, returns and Tropical Freeze, you got like penguins and walruses and tiki dudes. He's kind of been pushed down. He still has side appearances like in side Donkey Kong games. I think he appeared in a Mario Kart game once, or at least he should have. In like Donkey Kong, Jungle Climber and stuff like that. So he still is barely used, but he's not used in the main series where he started out at. And he hasn't really been relevant in that regard since then. But they did include a costume of him as DLC for Mii's in Smash 4. So they still remember him. They still acknowledge that he has popularity. So hopefully that translates into maybe if there's another Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze after, a Donkey Kong Country game after Tropical Freeze on the Switch maybe they bring him back as a villain. Maybe they do put him in Mario Kart 9 or do something and like start pushing him in some side Donkey Kong games or side something, cameos stuff somewhere. Maybe push him for relevancy to be in the next Smash Brothers, which I would love to see because he is iconic as hell for that, and he's popular with 38 votes. Now we are at the number 1 wanted of your list. You vote for new Nintendo character you want to see next Smash Bros. 5. And this is also the character that has had the most votes out of anyone on this list because practically everyone requested this person. Every person I asked on Facebook, on Smashboards, and on here on this YouTube video almost always requested this character. And with 49 votes, the Inklings from Splatoon. Everyone wants them. They are freaking popular as hell. And new Nintendo IP, just like I said with Xenoblade, just like I said with ARMS, they've had 2 games, one on the Wii U, the second one on the Switch. They're popular, they're still supported, there's still interesting concepts and new franchise stuff that you can do with that. You could have the male and female Inklings like you do with the Wii Fit Trainer or Robin or Corrin and whatnot. You can have abilities for the squid form, the human form. You can do all the different blaster rifles the characters have, all the different like bombs and explosives and gadgets you can use. You can do ultimate squid forms and whatever, and dropping down from like when you jump on where your teammates are at, and you could do a lot of different things with the squids, with the Inklings. Moveset potential, popularity is there most definitely. This is my most requested character, but if I ask more people, these votes would probably go into the hundreds. Because everyone almost asked for Inklings, and I can see why. And it's one of the most top characters I want. Not the top character, but one of. And I can see why they're requested. Because not only do people, expect them in, people, they want them in, but they also expect them, because it's almost like the first definitive choice you would see for the next Smash Brothers. So there's that. Inklings. Number 1! So, let's take a look at this list, shall we? We have number 15, Ribbon Girl. Number 14, got Captain Toad. Isabella's number 13. Takamaru's number 12. Dixie Kong's 11. We then go over to next. 10's Paper Mario. 9's Waluigi. Ridley's number 8. Decidueye is number 7. Bandana D is number 6. Isaac is number 5. 4 is Rex and Pyra Mythra. Springman is 3. King K. Rool is 2. And the Inklings are number 1. Hope you guys like this list. Thank you all for joining me in this list, and thank you all for those that come on, there we go. Thank you all for the ones that voted. I appreciate all the ones that you voted. Stay tuned also for the third-party list, which should probably be up by now because I recorded this out of order because I accidentally deleted this original when I recorded it. See you all in my next video. Watch the third-party one. See you all in the next one. I ask you a question for other videos, top 10 lists, 5s, and whatever the heck else. Thank you so much. Peace. Please subscribe if you want to. Have a lovely day.